Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to cover SUI blockchain on the SUI token. This video will most likely be about its price action, but we'll also look at some of the news that SUI has been going through, and we'll also take a look at its trading volume, TVL, and other important metrics. Now, starting with the SUI itself, if we look at the price, it has not recovered its gain from back of December or from the Jan of 2025. As you can see, it actually ended up hitting 5.36, and that is its peak price or its all-time high. Now, after Cactus hack, after the Cetus hack, as you can see here, this was a massive one. So basically, the Cetus, the biggest decentralized exchange at that time, got hacked, and after that, basically Swiss validator ended up freezing majority of those funds stolen. So basically that actually impacted Swiss decentralization. There were a lot of questions. So this is when the hack happened, and Sui basically ended up tanking like it was like 46%, as you can see here. But after that, somehow again it recovered and it is up like 92% after that. But it has struggled really, you can say, really hard after this funds after when they basically froze these funds. Now there have been a lot of news. So as of now, as you can see here, there is this we have this bank that makes the first move on Sui as the ETF circle. And so basically there is this bank that offers institutional trading and secure custody services for Sui. So I would say that's pretty big one. And there is also ETF filing for Sui from 21 Share and Canary Capital. So this is massive one, I would say. Because of that, the Sui has been doing really well, as you can see here. Now there is also this another news. So there is a Mill City Ventures to load up more Sui with 500 million deal as shares. So basically this City Venture is planning to get and boost its treasury with Sui. So this could be really interesting thing. So this could, I think, put a lot of capital into the Sui, and this could be really good for the Sui as well. So they do have a pretty good news recently as well. So I would say as of now it's not looking that bad. If the market recovers, I think the Sui can recover. Now if we talk about its TVL, its TVL is not doing that well. So again, it did actually end up hitting new all-time high, but when the market or the BTC went down, it started to go down as well. But overall, I would say the TVL has remained pretty good. But the problem is that the stablecoin market cap has gone down. So it was like at 1.2 billion, and it's at now 888 million as of now. But the DEX volume is up. So if we look here, that means that there is a lot of meme coin trading happening on the Sui and other things going on the Sui. Overall, I would say it's not looking that bad for the Sui. Now I think Sui may have been the next Solana if it wasn't for the hyperliquid. So basically I think the Sui was doing really well, but then came the hyperliquid, and most of the traders who were supposed to get Sui ended up getting hype. And basically I think the hype the most of the market, the hype has should have gone to the Sui, but it's crypto, so anything is possible. So what happened, most of the traders, or the traders who were basically thinking that the Sui could be the next Solana, went to the hype, and now hype is getting users from the Solana as well. So as of now, I think the hype is the biggest competitor towards Sui as well as Solana, and it's doing really well. And basically they were neck to neck, and now the hype is basically even higher than Sui as well. So I would say overall the biggest competitor to the Sui as of now is hype instead of Solana, because both of these have a similar market cap and both of them are doing really well, as you can see here. Now the problem with the Sui as of now would be that it has its token unlocks are underway, as you can see here. As of now, the investors are getting tokens and they could be selling some of their tokens on a monthly basis, and that could be the reason why SUI has struggled this much to basically cross or hit new all-time high recently. So I think that is the biggest thing that the SUI has as of now. Now let's have a look at SUI's price action. So as of now, if we just make a trend line from here, and I think you will be able to see that SUI has been holding this trend line that is from August 2024 really well, as you can see. So basically it ended up touching this exact trend line like in April, and after that it retested around this exact trend line and it did not close below this trend line on daily chart, as you can see here. And I think because of that it actually ended up recovering, and now again it has retested around this exact trend line. So now from what I can see, if it holds this trend line, I think the SUI will most likely continue and go up if it holds this trend line. But if it closes below this trend line, I think things could get ugly for the SUI, because if it does breaks below this trend line and if it makes a perfect retest around this trend line, I think the token can basically go like as low as 2.68 or even lower than that if that happens. Or I would be looking at this exact level if it does breaks this trend line. So around 2.4 or 2.3 is a best entry if this trend line gets broken in the future. As of now, it seems like that it's holding it really well. So if it continues to hold this trend line, I think since it broke like its high from May, I think the SUI could actually break this high which happened back in July. So it's like on 4.33. So I think if it breaks the trend line, it could be heading for its all-time high, which is going to be around 5.32. But again, if it does breaks below this trend line, I think things will get ugly, and it could actually end up hitting this exact spot like around 2.44 or even 2.3. I think is possible. So if the market does go down and if the BTC does crashes to like 105 or even 100, I think the SUI will most likely go for this exact zone because it is a really good support. So if we look here, back in October of 2024 this was a resistance, and back in February 2025 this was a support, and again back in June of 2025 this was again a support. So I would say if the market does crashes, this will most likely be a pretty good point, but if the market does continues to go up, I think as of now SUI is looking really strong, as it has already retested around this exact trend line. So we could be heading higher, that is a possibility. So if you are willing to take risk, I think this could be a pretty good buy around this trend line if the BTC holds. But as of now, at least from my perspective, BTC is not looking that good, so we will most likely go as low as 99 or even 100. I think that's what seems like, because the BTC did just retest around this exact trend line that it was in, and now it broke below it. So I would say we could be expecting, I think, a pretty good correction, at least as low as 109 or even 105 or even 102 is a possibility. Again, we don't know what will happen, but that is what seems like that for the BTC, at least from my analysis. If that happens, I think the SUI will most likely go as low as 2.4 or even 2.3. But if the BTC just hold and go sideways from here, I think the alts will most likely start to go up, and I think one of the alts that could actually see a pretty big gains would be SUI, and I would be looking for new all-time high or even possibly around 4.9 or even like I would say $5 is a possibility if that happens. But let's see what happens. But I think this is a pretty crucial trend line that we have to observe. If you're planning to get this coin, I think you should look at this trend line and decide after that. If it breaks below this, I think we are most likely going as low as 2.4 or 2.3. If it doesn't, I think we will most likely go at least as high as 4.45 or even $5 is a possibility. Anyways, this was it. I hope you like the video. I will be back. Thanks for watching.